Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Deanna, and today I'm coming to you as a traveler. Yes, bitch. Okay, so I've noticed that people kept coming back to the video where I flew from Toronto to Manila on Philippine Airlines, and I thought I'd do a review video since I didn't fully have the chance to express myself in those videos. And the videos that I'm talking about is this one, and this one, and this one. So those are the three videos that people are coming on to. So if you're interested to see those videos, I'll link up one right in the iCard right here and everything down in the description box down below. So let me begin with a little bit of information. So I was born in the Philippines and I'm now living in Canada. So obviously we would go visit our family in the Philippines twice a year. That's what we just decided on. Like, it's tradition for us to go to the Philippines every single 2 years. That doesn't make sense. Every 2 years. So we flew back 2019 and I think it was 2015 the last one, so around maybe 2.5 I would say. Yeah, so it's usually a family trip from my mom's side of the family because my aunt who lives here and me and my family, my mom, and then my aunts in the Middle East, we all go home together. So we plan it every single year so we can all see each other. So yeah, we have been going on Philippine Airlines flights specifically for the past 2 times that we went to the Philippines. And here is my complete review of Philippine Airlines. Let me get my phone because I've written down some notes. So the first step that I would take is going on to Philippine Airlines website and taking note how much the price is for the plane ticket that you wanted. You don't book there, okay? You just check the price. Second is I would go to Google Flights and search up how much it is there. And then the third step, it's not an option, it's not optional guys, do it. Third step is go to skyscanner.com, check that price out there. And yeah, compare it, see what is the best for you. I will warn you right now, some of them offer like cheaper plane tickets, but there are like restrictions and you can't move this and that. So be careful of that, but that's just the step I would take regardless of what airline it is. But in terms of booking efficiency or like friendliness, it's average. It's like any other booking platform I've had encountered with. Number 3, and this is what pissed me off the most about Philippine Airlines, the last trip that we had. Number 3 is schedule change. So we booked our plane ticket back in December or November of 2018 so we can fly May 2019 and still get those deals on those plane tickets. What pissed me off is that 2 weeks before our flight, Philippine Airlines has moved our flight a day, or I think it was a day after or a day before, I'm not sure, but it was like, you know, more than a 24-hour gap. And I'm like, what the heck? I paid for the damn plane ticket and I wanted that date, so why would you have it available and change it? You know, I understand if the plane is not full, you know, airline would lose money, but like, okay, I get that, but like, give me some type of compensation because I've arranged so many stuff. If you don't know, there's a thing called being banned in the Philippines, or like your car has a ban. So in Metro Manila, there's so many cars that, you know, on certain days your car cannot transport. You know, unfortunately, our car during that day that they rebooked my plane ticket cannot go to Manila and pick us up. So like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to get caught, I don't want to pay, I don't want to hassle because this is my vacation. I just want to enjoy my time in the Philippines. So I called Philippine Airlines. I called them, hey, is there anything you can do? Like, you know, like anything at all. Like, I'm paying for a hotel at this point because, you know, we have to stay somewhere during that day when we're picking up. Okay, anyways, I called them and I said, hey, is there any compensation? Like, can I get an upgrade or something? Like, you know, like business class? I know it doesn't cost you much, but like, shit. So I called them and I said, yeah, no worries. Just when you're going on the flight, go to the concierge or whatever you call it. Those check-in ladies. I don't know what they're called. They're not flight attendants. Help me out here. The check-in, they're not clerks. They're not clerks. But yeah, whatever those are called. So they were like, yeah, just go there, tell them this happened, and they should be able to help you out. So got on there, and then we checked in our luggage, like making small talk with the, you know, with the people in there. And then I told them, okay, I've called them, this is what happened, this is what they told me. And they were like, oh, unfortunately we can't do that. And I'm like, what? sorry, excuse me, like I could have changed my flight to like another airline, but like you guys, this is not just about that, it's just customer service, you know? Like if this was to happen to me with any other airline, I can guarantee you I could get something like, you know, like a free snack, like anything. But no, Philippine Airlines was just so, I don't know, they were so stubborn, like hello. So then I was not satisfied. I'm like, I'm not going in there until I get a freaking anything, any compensation. So I called Philippine Airlines on the phone, the regional manager, whatever. I called them like 3-4 times, and then like, you know, hey, listen, like I kept going back there and I'm like, listen, like I've talked to them, how come you don't believe them? So I don't know what happened there. I could have put them on the phone, but customer service was like 0 out of 5. Honestly, never again. Like Philippine, I hate to say this, but like, you know, like customer service is always, I don't know why. I don't honestly understand why. Like all the, I don't know if this is true, but like Western owned airlines such as like United Airlines, American Airlines, Delta, bomb. Air Canada upgraded me to premium economy. I didn't even ask for it. They just gave it to me. So, and I paid like probably half of the plane ticket. And I also heard that apparently Philippine Airlines just upgrades people for no reason at all. And I'm like, okay, well, I kind of have a reason and I can't get anything? Like, how does that work? Anyways, that is my rant. Going back to the review. Okay, so when we got on the flight, I was like, you know, I was angry at this one and I'm like, this is shit. But anyways, like moving on, like having a clear mind now, the seats were average. They were not, you know, like they weren't bougie or anything. They were just like average seats. They do have screens to watch movie on, and just, you know, like entertainment wise, you can see that all in my previous vlog. The aesthetic, the space is just average. There's nothing, it's not big, it's nothing fancy for like a long haul flight. You imagine you're gonna be stuck there for 15-16 hours. Like, yeah, you need some sort of entertainment. And oh my goodness, one thing I was excited about when I got on the plane, like, you know, you check the little cubby there and there was a menu. Like guys, there was a menu of everything that's written there. So like, you're gonna, what you're gonna have for dinner, breakfast, snack, like, ooh, I like that. I like being able to see the menu before getting my food. So like, you know, me being very indecisive, I take a long time to choose. So it's kind of nice to see that menu. I loved it. Yeah, menu was a nice touch. Great job, Philippine Airlines. Oh, mind you, by the way, menus are only given to like business class or upper, and we were in economy. So that was really great. A+. Moving on, you know, those menus were nice, but then the flight that we had, so you know, like, okay, for dinner or like, I don't know, one of the meals, it was like chicken or seafood. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll have chicken because I like chicken, you know. And my boyfriend is gonna get chicken because he does not like seafood. He does not eat it. He will rather not eat than get seafood. We already made up our mind. The menu was nice. It helped us out pick the items that we're gonna get. So by the time the flight attendant got to us, she was like, I'm sorry, but there's only seafood available. And I'm like, hello? What if I'm allergic to seafood? I'm like, okay, I'll take the seafood, but like, I need something for my boyfriend here, like, cause he's not gonna eat anything, and I'm worried and I'm concerned. So like, is there anything you guys can do? Yeah, they were nice. It took him like 30 minutes for him to get the food, 30 minutes to an hour before he gets the food, but he gets a chicken. It was like a different recipe, but like he still got food, so that's okay. I'm just concerned, where did they pull this extra meal that was not part of the menu? It was like chicken afritada, but like I think they had adobo for the first on the menu. So I'm kind of confused where they pulled the extra airline meal. So if you guys put the theories down in the comments, like, shit, where is this coming from? But yeah, so you know, if you're gonna have a menu, you better have 2 options. I understand, like, people, I don't know, honestly, like, if you're gonna run out of the other stuff, then like discard the menu at that point. Like, just like forget that, just have seafood. And the next thing is entertainment. It is a long haul flight. It is about 16 to 17 hours of just like flying. Entertainment wise, they give you like a screen, on like in front of you, and then you have like movies, games, TV shows, and music. 2015, we flew back to the Philippines. Me, my mom, and my dad were like scattered everywhere. My mom and her sister like were together. So my mom told me when she got off the flight that her entertainment system was not working and that she had to share with her sister. And in my head I was like, well, why didn't you complain? Like, why didn't you say anything? Like, if you told me, like, I would have done something for you. It shouldn't happen, like, especially a long haul flight, 15 to 16 hours of just sitting there steady. Like, you need to focus your brain somewhere. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, can Philippine Airlines ensure this? Like, I'm pretty sure my mom told the flight crew, and the flight crew just moved her to where her sister sits so that they can share. Something like that happened. But like, you know, like, upgrade to business. I'm sure you guys have extra seats, right? Like, that's just ridiculous. I didn't know about it until we got off the flight, and by that point I couldn't do anything. Okay, second, about entertainment. It doesn't happen to me, bro. If this happens to me, like, yo, refund. My boyfriend, so when we went to the Philippines in 2019, me, my mom, my dad flew together, and then he flew by himself afterwards because he's not gonna spend much time there in the Philippines. Apparently, when he got on the plane, and I knew this after he landed too, apparently his entertainment system, or like something about the headphones, was not working. And I'm like, why did you not tell them? So my boyfriend doesn't like confrontation, so he'd rather, like, you know, like, not do anything about it than tell them and fix it. So he just played on his Switch and he told me he was fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. Like, you paid for this plane ticket. Like, you should be able to, you know, have the whole experience. So, you know, entertainment wise, in terms of what happened to my family and our experience, 3 out of 5. Okay, so from this point on, all the flights I've taken with Philippine Airlines have been pre-COVID times. And now I'm also gonna say something about COVID. Although I have not had an experience flying during COVID season, I've heard people close to me that have experienced, you know, like, flying with Philippine Airlines during COVID. And apparently it's so hard to get in contact with Philippine Airlines. Like, I understand it's COVID times, but like, this people paid money, and you know, it's probably not cheap. They probably saved a lot of money to be able to go on a trip with Philippine Airlines. And yeah, Philippine Airlines, you know, COVID, what I just hear, you know, pay $3,000 just to go back to Canada. Like, okay, so I want to end this review on a positive note. So if your grandparent or an elderly that you know of planning to come to Canada, or like going from Toronto to Manila, Manila to Toronto, either way, I would highly recommend Philippine Airlines because of their direct flight. Imagine your grandma or your grandpa taking like EVA Airlines or Cathay Pacific, like having layover on Taiwan or Hong Kong. Yeah, it's just a lot smoother to book Philippine Airlines. It's worth the extra amount of money to buy that direct flight from Philippine Airlines just because of the COVID that we are having right now. Highly recommend Philippine Airlines for that specific reason. Okay, so overall rating Philippine Airlines Manila to Toronto, Toronto to Manila, I would rate them a 3.5 out of 5 for the overall experience that I've had so far. I hope you guys learned a little bit about flying and booking and Philippine Airlines during this video, and if you would like to know more, just comment down below and I'll make sure that I get your questions answered. Until the next video! Darling, you